Hello, welcome to yet again another podcast that we're making where we talk about random stuff that we have no right to talk about, but we do it anyways because we think we're cute, and let's face it, we kinda are. So, with E3 happening, there is a ton of news to talk about, and we're going to start by talking about some of it and leaving out most of it because we didn't watch most of it and we don't care about most of it. So, the first game that we wanted to talk about is the Halo 6 trailer, because that was the first trailer I think I saw. And it is a just long cinematic cutscene. And the thing is that, I have a couple Halo videos on the channel already. Like, I guess I would say I'm a reluctant Halo fan, that I like the games, but I don't like a lot of the newer stuff. And the whole point of them doing this new Halo 6 is to, try to market towards the people who like the older games. So because of that, I'm interested, but I'm also very, cynical about it, because I don't think it'll be good. It also comes out on the new Xbox, which is called the Xbox Scarlet, which is definitely a better name than Xbox One and Xbox One X. Have you heard anything about the new Xbox, Connor? Do you know anything about it? All I know is, the name.
Yeah, I just know the name and that it's coming out.
Yeah, it'll be out in November like all the other Xboxes. It'll be something to behold.
Yeah. Is Halo 6 going to be a launch title for it?
Yeah, it's going to be a launch title for it.
Okay. All right.
Whether or not it'll come out during launch or a couple weeks after, I can't say. Microsoft probably can't even say at this point, but it would make sense to launch it. This kind of goes into the next topic we want to talk about, but it seems kind of strange that they're already announcing the next Xbox console. Assuming it is, because I haven't researched it at all. It could just be a modified Xbox One, kind of like the Xbox One X.
Yeah.
But do you think that we're going to start seeing the PlayStation 5 come out here pretty soon?
Yeah, I think Sony actually already announced that a few months back. I remember hearing stuff about it. Of course, I also heard a year or so back that they weren't going to do a PlayStation 5, but now I guess they are. Yeah, they're looking ready to start a new console generation, even though they kind of had a half one 2 years or so ago with the PlayStation 4 Plus and then now the Xbox One X.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
So with this new generation of consoles coming out, Google Stadia is now a thing, which from what I understand, Google Stadia wasn't shown at E3 at all, but they had their own conference, was either before E3 or during the beginning of it. But Google Stadia, if you don't know, Google's trying to stick their neck into the gaming industry because they have the money to stick their neck into everything. And what their plan is that instead of having it be that you buy a console, you just stream games off servers they already have or something like that. I think what the principle is that some supercomputer is going to be running your game, and then you're going to be watching you play the game on your computer. And they're saying all this stuff about how it's going to be perfect for sharing, and they'll be able to put it all over your Google Plus account, assuming that's still a thing. And one of the big things they talked about is if you're watching gameplay of a video, you can click I want to try that, and it'll put you in that moment of the game. But here's my thing. For you to do that, I feel you would need to have perfect internet, because if you're watching a video of another computer playing, there has to be a delay time, right?
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah, I don't know how well this is gonna work, and I know that they're gonna allow you to use any pretty much controller that works on a PC, but they're also gonna have their own thing of controllers, and those controllers are gonna directly connect via Wi-Fi to the computers at whatever warehouse they have that's playing all of these games.
Yeah.
But again, it's how fast the internet would you need? Because I mean, if you're playing a lot of games, and a lot of games they showed like Assassin's Creed and like Doom Eternal, like you'll need to have like quick reflexes to play those games. And if there's like even like an eighth of a second delay between you and like the controller, well then like that's gonna totally ruin those games.
I actually know someone who did beta testing for it, because I know one of the first games that they tried it with was Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and one of my fraternity brothers was like, "Hey, I'm streaming Assassin's Creed Odyssey through Google Chrome right now," and apparently it worked pretty well.
Huh? So he wasn't even like at like some like show or anything. He was just streaming it like at his house.
Yeah, pretty much. And we don't have the best internet there, so he was able to do it fine.
So like I said, I told this to you earlier, but Google Stadia is either gonna like disappear like really quick, like the Google Glasses, or it's gonna like just destroy buying home consoles, because why would you do that when you can just stream it off Google Stadia or Microsoft or Sony's equivalent that they'll make if it's successful, you know?
Yeah. I knew nothing about this before today, so I decided to do a Google search on it just to see like how they're selling it to people. So it's kind of like a mix between iTunes and then like a subscription service like Xbox Live. So you have to buy the games to use them on the service. And then if you want like higher resolutions for them, you have to pay a subscription fee that's like monthly or whatnot.
Geez.
So yeah, I assume the games go for their normal retail price. I don't know. I don't remember seeing how much they want to charge for the subscription service.
Normally I would say like you have to buy games, then you have to pay money to play those games. Who's going to do that? But Xbox Live is still very popular and very common, so
yeah,
people will still do it.
I just find it funny about the higher resolution thing. It's like you're paying for HD DLC.
Yeah.
Or for the remaster. That you don't get to keep it, you just get to pay for it monthly.
That's so typical of Google. Those guys.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll be good.
Yeah. I mean, if your internet isn't that good, there'd be no point in trying to get the higher resolution stuff, like paying for it. So maybe that would help a bit.
You're gonna have to get Google Fiber, which again, I don't even know if that's still a thing anymore.
Yeah. Oakley dokley, let's move on to our next topic that we are going to somehow butcher, maybe. Oh boy, the Avengers game, Robbie.
Speaking of butchering stuff.
Yeah. So I watched the trailer for this today. I have a very poor understanding of what the hell happened in it, so I'm going to let Rob here explain.
So, I think the first thing you have to understand is I think this game, I'm 99% certain that, because I heard about this, that they were making an Avengers game that was going to take place in the Spider-Man PS4 universe. So what I'm assuming is that this is like a spin-off game, except this one's not going to be PlayStation exclusive. So it's deep into the Marvel universe, and it looks like something bad happens, and then Captain America dies. So the Avengers have to avenge him. And that's what the game looks like.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, I get that a lot of times games don't want to show off too much of like the plot and stuff, but I feel like to an extent you have to let us know what is going on.
Yeah.
And do you really want to play an Avengers game where you don't get to play as Captain America? I mean, I'm fairly confident even if he is dead in the game, he'll show up as a playable character, but still, if you're going to market it that Captain America's dead, I mean, he's one of the favorite Avengers, so.
Yeah.
Have you seen Avengers Endgame yet, Connor?
No, I still haven't.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say something, but let's just say that like this Avengers game is gonna have like a hard time trying to top that movie.
Yeah.
And what I think is really funny is like there's like a big controversy with this game right now that people are complaining that the characters don't look enough like the ones from the MCU. And to that I have to say, like, yeah, that's because it's an Avengers video game, and there's actually comic books that took place before the movies.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, here's the thing, is that in the Spider-Man game, there's like 100 different costumes you can unlock for Spider-Man. And do you really not think they're going to put like customizable like costumes in this game?
Yeah, or skins.
Yeah, like you're going to be able to change the characters, and you're probably going to be able to make them look like the movie versions.
Yeah.
The other thing that's a little upsetting that people are upset about is that the game isn't going to have any multiplayer. I mean, you get to play as all of the Avengers, just not with your friends at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't... Since it's Avengers, I would kind of expect it, but then again, most of the big superhero games, like the Batman Arkham series, didn't really have multiplayer.
Yeah, and it's a game series that I think would be hard to do multiplayer with anyways.
Yeah, without making it like some sort of like MOBA type deal.
Yeah. I also feel like, cause, I mean, if you have Thor, Hulk, Iron Man, and Black Widow as like playable characters, those characters like act differently in combat, which means like this game has the risk of having like it being really fun on the Hulk levels and then like really boring on like the Iron Man levels or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
So, who knows? The game will probably be fine. Everybody likes Spider-Man, and everybody likes the Arkham games, which these games are pretty much like the spiritual successors of. Is anything ever happening with the Arkham games? Are they doing anything else with them? Do you know?
Last I knew, they were going to announce a new game that was, I guess, meant to take place in the same universe. You're going to play as like Damian Wayne or something. But that, I think, turned out to be a hoax.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. One thing that always bugged me about the Arkham games is how they didn't include like other DC stuff. Like, I always wanted like Superman or someone else to show up. And I'm glad that with these Marvel ones that they're at least trying to do that, have different universe characters show up.
I mean, it's hard not to, since it's Avengers. It's a team. You're going to see a bunch of different characters like come together.
Yeah. Speaking of teams coming together, the new Wolfenstein game, or is it a game or is it just an expansion?
Nope, it's a full game.
It's a full game. Awesome.
Mm-hmm. Has co-op play in it.
So, I wasn't able to tell this in the trailer, but is it going to be like split screen co-op or is it just co-op?
Robbie, split screen is dead.
I know, but I was hoping that this was going to be the first game to bring back split screen, because split screen multiplayer is always going to be better than online. Just like when you're there like on the couch with your buds and you don't have to worry about lag, that's good stuff.
Yeah. So I follow G-Man Lives on YouTube. Like, I saw all of his E3 stuff that he got to play, and he's PC, so he played the PC demo, and of course, you know, that doesn't have split screen, so if they are gonna have any, like, I haven't heard it yet.
Okay.
Or I don't know. And I imagine they're not going to.
Yeah, that's too bad. If they were, they'd probably would have advertised it, and the fact that they're putting so much effort into the game's co-op, I was hoping for that. But so the new Wolfenstein, it takes place in the same universe as like the last two ones, right? Where it's like the Nazis won World War II and stuff.
Yep, it takes place after the new Colossus, like probably like 20 years or so.
Yeah. The Nazis are still causing problems.
Yep. So yeah, I haven't played the new Colossus, but from this one, it sounds like America has been won back, but there's still Nazis like over in Europe or whatnot. Then BJ Blazkowicz, I don't know if he goes like out to Europe or something, he's missing, and then his two daughters try to go after him, like to find him. I don't know.
It'll probably be pretty fun.
Yeah.
Do you know how like well received the new Colossus was? I know the first Wolfenstein reboot was like really well regarded.
I think it was well received. Like,
Yeah,
from what I've heard.
I didn't hear much about it when it came out.
Yeah.
It kind of surprised me.
The only thing bad that I heard about it was that they had a really like large amount of cutscenes in it. But the gameplay itself was apparently like top notch.
Oh, cool stuff.
Yeah, which was the case for New Order.
Mm-hmm. So this one will probably follow suit with good gameplay.
Yep.
But this time, co-op.
Yeah.
Now, only if Doom Eternal has co-op. That'll be nice.
Yep.
So we're going to jump gears here pretty quick. We're going to take a break from E3, and we're going to talk about a new movie trailer that came out this past week. And believe it or not, they're making a, what is it called? Doctor Sleep, which, if you don't know, that's a Stephen King book. That's a sequel to not Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, but Stephen King's book, The Shining, which apparently is a lot different. I haven't read the book, so I don't know. But now they're making a movie, which is a sequel to Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, called Doctor Sleep. And it stars Obi-Wan Kenobi.
It's even more confusing, Robbie. It's a sequel both to the book and the cinematic universe of Stanley Kubrick's movie.
So, Stanley Kubrick's like dead, right? Like, he's not around anymore.
Right.
So, like, I don't know. I just feel like The Shining, well, pretty much all of Stanley Kubrick's movies aren't like movies you can really like franchise out of.
Well, I mean, they're gonna try, apparently.
Yeah, I suppose they're gonna try. I mean, because it's all because of the It reboot that made like $1 billion. Like, they did Pet Sematary. They're just gonna remake all the Stephen King books and movies. Have you seen the original Shining, Connor?
Yeah. Yep. That's the only one of his movies I've actually seen. Well, the only one of Stephen King's, or like movies that are based on Stephen King's books I've seen.
Yeah.
It's like I've seen a couple. Well, that's like one of 2 Stanley Kubrick movies I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's the only Stephen King one I've seen. And I haven't read the book either.
Okay. So I understand that, like, in the book, the idea of The Shining, which is the power that the little kid has, is like a lot more like reflected upon than in the movie. In the movie, do they go into it much, or is it? I just thought it was just supposed to be like weird, creepy stuff that happened. Again, I've never seen the movie.
They kind of do, because there's a character, the groundskeeper or whatnot, who also has the same ability.
Mm-hmm.
So like he and Danny, the boy, are able to like communicate.
Yeah. Okay. And kind of like the sequel that's coming out, Doctor Sleep's about Danny as like an adult trying to help other kids that have The Shining or something.
Yeah, one specific kid.
Okay. And let me think. The fact that Jack Nicholson's character goes like insane and stuff, that doesn't have to do with The Shining, right? That's just a different side plot.
That has to do with the hotel.
The hotel, okay. Because the hotel's haunted, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
So do you think there's going to be like, I mean, is the new one going to be more about like ghosts and stuff, or is it just going to be about people with The Shining?
Well, from what it sounds like, I just read a brief synopsis online.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a cult going after people with The Shining to like harvest their ability or whatnot, their energy or life force. So I guess Danny is teaming up with this girl to help her better understand her powers, and then, to survive.
Okay. I don't know. The whole thing just seems kind of strange to me, because The Shining is like an atmospheric horror movie, sort of. Like, it's got a lot of like sound cues and stuff. And the new one just kind of looks more like an adventure movie. So, who knows how it'll turn out. I mean, Stanley Kubrick's not going to get to watch it, so there's no one to really disappoint. Speaking of disappointing...
Oh, no.
What a perfect segue to the new Contra.
Contra. Brocore. Rated M for mature.
I don't think... Is the game actually rated M?
Yeah, that's how they started the dang trailer. It's like, oh, look, it's a Call of Duty game. Rated M for blood and gore. Intense violence. Strong language. Holy shit.
Panda bears.
Yep.
Machine guns.
Yep. So I don't know, like, if this was on, like, Nintendo's thing, whatever the
I
hell
think it was on Nintendo's, yeah.
Their Nintendo Direct or whatever they do instead of E3, but it exists, and I
So for those of you who don't know, like, me and Connor, mostly Connor, are pretty big into at least the original Contra game. And I at least have been saying for a while they need to bring back Contra. That being said, I didn't want it to be like this cartoony, wacky, whatever this is, where you can play as a giant bug or a panda bear. Just make it just like two like ripped dudes with machine guns in the jungle fighting terrorists and then aliens. Like, it's a really simple concept.
Yeah, but remember, Robbie, this is modern day Konami, and they have already proved they don't know how to do anything anymore. Other than make slot machines based on their IPs.
Ah, jeez.
Yeah.
Konami is really digging themselves a pit.
Oh yeah. Well, they're already buried in it. So for those of you who haven't seen the trailer yet, the idea is that it's, I guess, a top-down, like, twin-stick shooter now, not your traditional side-scrolling run-and-gun, like, every good Contra has been.
Yeah.
And I assume they're trying to do, like, a multiplayer thing with it, too, which, I mean, Contra has always had, like, cooperative play. So, it doesn't look like a Contra game.
No, it does not look like Contra at all. Like, if it didn't have the name Contra on the front, you wouldn't know. You'd think it was just some other generic indie game.
Yeah. And I don't know about you, Robbie, but the way that, like, they handled, like, the announcement, like, the description of it and the editing of it. I'm speechless. I feel.
Yeah, I was not expecting it at all.
Yeah, I watched this like 2 or 3 days ago, and I still cannot sum up like what I want to say about it. It's like between the like PS2 quality graphics, the stupid ass announcer for the damn thing, the cringeworthy like voice acting of like the 2 or 3 snippets they revealed, the damn panda bear.
What is this, Tekken?
Yeah. It's like they made it work with that, but like I don't know.
Konami never ceases to disappoint. That should be like their new motto.
Yeah. They'll find new ways. I thought it was bad when they made the latest Castlevania game a mobile game, but they're releasing a Contra game on an actual console, and it's the worst thing I could have imagined. You know what? I'm going to use this opportunity to say this now. SNK, the people that make King of Fighters, Metal Slug, Samurai Showdown, you're on a roll. Make a damned Metal Slug game. Show them how it's done. Really. I don't care if it's 3D. Like, at least just make it like a classic Metal Slug game.
Yeah. That's what we need.
Yeah. Or an indie team to like do it right.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's probably been attempts before, but there aren't any that come to mind.
You just make an Aliens game that's just Contra, but instead of fighting fake xenomorphs, you just fight real ones. So, that was probably E3's biggest disappointment for us. Luckily, Doom Eternal looks very cool.
Yes. And are we going to talk about that in this video?
I think we'll probably make multiple videos, but we can talk about it a little bit here.
Okay.
Just from like the stuff at E3, we'll just talk about that. So like, for me, what really surprised me was how much they're like going into the parkour mechanic, because I think that at E3 with the original Doom 2016, they like I swear there was a sequence where the Doom guy did like a wall run. And I was like, oh, I guess he can do parkour now. But then when the game came out, it was just like double jumping. But this one here, they're actually like doing a lot of parkour. And there's going to be a lot of like platforming and stuff. Which is something the franchise was never really like based around. And I suppose that there's a little bit of platforming, I suppose.
I mean, in the classic games, there's no way to jump, so...
Yeah, but there's still a lot of, like, running across boxes with, like, pits underneath and trying to make sure you land. I think is it Caverns in Doom 2 where you, like, are running on, like, a thin wire forever?
I think so.
Yeah. Anyways, that level pissed me off. But it looks like a lot of this game is going to be, like, you jumping through hoops, and I don't mean that in, like, a bad way. Like, you're literally going to be jumping around, climbing off walls, doing parkour. It's just I didn't expect that.
Yeah, and it's not just to like get around to like get to from one place to another. You can like integrate it into combat.
Mm-hmm.
They seem like movement and evasion seem to be like highly focused on right now. Like it's something you want to keep doing. Like I mean that's always been the case. Like trying to play Doom 2016 on UV, you stand still for a second, you're dead.
Mm-hmm.
But now they've kicked it up to 11.
Yeah.
With the amount of things you can do. Like, besides just swinging on, like, poles and shit, you got this little, like, dodge maneuver you can do. You can, like, I think you can have up to 2 movements.
Okay.
Before they have to recharge. Then there's this, like, bash type thing you can do to break, like weak walls, and probably you can use it to ram demons.
Mm-hmm.
I can imagine. Yeah, I don't remember seeing it used for that in any of the gameplay, but I really hope that they put it in there.
Yeah, I imagine they will.
Yeah.
So what did you think about how they're putting a lot more focus into the way they put it, building a Doom universe, which means trying to give Doom a plot?
I don't like that.
Yeah, that's probably the number one thing I'm nervous about. Because, I mean, the Doom franchise is, like, built around being kind of tongue-in-cheek, you know? Like, when the game first came out, it was super edgy. And, I mean, the literal plot is, like, you go to hell, but you're so badass, they decide to let you leave. And then they kill your pet rabbit, so you have to get revenge on them in the second game. Like, the game not having a plot is kind of a staple in the series.
Yeah.
And if they're trying to expand on that, I mean, even Doom 2016, the game starts out with you punching exposition in the face with that stupid computer.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, I think it was always in the back of their mind to try to flesh it out more, because they gave a name to Doom Guy, like Doom Slayer.
Which I think I found that's actually like a reference to something like really old, but go on.
But yeah, like, I mean, because, you know, everybody knew him as Doom Guy. And of course, like, John Romero has a quote. He's like, there never was a name for the Doom Marine because it's supposed to be you.
Yeah.
So, like, it was always supposed to be like an immersion thing. Like, there was no point in giving him a name because it didn't matter.
Yeah. It also looks like the game is going to have cutscenes, which, I suppose there were, like, little bits of cutscenes in 2016, and even like the cutscenes they showed like still really aren't like the cringeworthy cutscenes you have in like Red Dead 2 and stuff. Have you played much Red Dead 2, Connor?
No, I've barely played the first one, but no, like
it's like a movie. It's like
yeah. So yeah, like since you mentioned it, yeah, that's another thing that I had issue with. Like, not that having cutscenes, because of course that's going to move the game forward, but third-person cutscenes.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. They were third-person. That was weird.
Yeah. It's like, I like the whole like sequence of like him loading himself into the BFG cannon thing, then shooting himself, but I would have wanted to have seen that like first-person. Like, as he's going through the wall. It's like, that would have been freaking cool. I don't want to see it from like far away. Don't take me out of it. Don't take me out of my power fantasy. I think another reason why they're
doing the cutscenes is because this one here is going to do a lot more like territory. It's going to be like on Mars. It's going to be on the moon. It's going to be on Earth. and they needed to have like some kind of reason to teleport you to those different areas. Oh wait, hang on. Yeah, they could have just used portals. Never mind. I was gonna say like they need to have a reason. Like they need to show the player like why you're on a different planet each level. But no, you could have just used portals.
Yeah, pretty much. You just like have it appear in your heads-up display. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah. Anyways, I mean, the game will still probably be good, but I don't know. It's just weird to see this because I mean, one of the things with 2016 was they kept saying was like, we spent so long trying to make a good plot for a new Doom game, and then once we stopped focusing on the plot, that was when the game became fun. And I'm like, that's actually like what they said. Like, I don't know if you've seen like any like the release concept art for Doom 4 that they wanted to release like in 2010 or something.
Yeah, the one that was supposed to be like Doom 2.
Yeah, I think it was supposed to be like, it was like a remake of Doom 2, but like I think it took place in like the Doom 3 universe.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, pretty much.
You have any other thoughts on Doom Eternal you want to bring up?
Kind of upset that the collector's edition is already sold out.
Oh, wait, really?
Oh, yeah. Everybody wants that damned Doom guy helmet, Robbie.
It's a nice helmet.
Yeah, that's the only reason to get it. It's like all the rest of that crap, burn it. Well, actually,
I was going to say, there's some stuff in there I thought was interesting, like how it's like an art book and stuff. I would like that.
Yeah, like the art book, and then they're giving you the season pass, or the first year of DLC, as they put it.
Oh, jeez, the first year of DLC. So that'll be like one expansion pack?
Apparently it's going to be 2, but they haven't said what those are going to be. Oh yeah, that's another interesting thing I guess that we should mention. They haven't said anything about Snap Map.
Yeah, well actually I think they came out and they've said that Snap Map is not going to be appearing in the game.
What about mods?
I think they said mods will be.
Okay.
Yeah. We should probably talk about the multiplayer, because it looks like they're ditching Doom 2016's multiplayer for obvious reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But they're bringing in, it's called like battle mode, where it's like 2 players play as 2 demons versus 1 fully loaded Doom Slayer.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't know how that's going to work. I just feel like it's just going to be like 2 demons in a room, and then the Doom Slayer just like kills them instantly.
Yeah, but the thing is, the 2 demons can spawn in AI allies, so
okay,
they will have like potential to like win.
Yeah,
I mean, I think they would try to at least balance it out a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just remember that at the press conference, he's like, "I know you're all excited to hear about multiplayer," and I was like, "Co-op," and they're like, "Battle mode." I was like, "What on earth? What is this?"
No one's excited for this.
I wouldn't mind seeing like a 2D like Street Fighter Doom multiplayer where you just like pick random demons and do combos. I think that'd be interesting.
Okay. But yeah, this is just hearsay at the moment, but I follow the Doom 2016 like Facebook page, and
yeah,
I was looking through my feed earlier, and one of their more recent posts was from a online article stating that was going to be the only multiplayer mode. There would not be a traditional deathmatch. And I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah. That is weird. I mean, I get that deathmatch really wasn't that fun in 2016.
Yeah. It's because they didn't do it. They didn't do it correctly.
Yeah.
They didn't make
that's
it.
True.
They didn't make it like Doom or like Quake even. Like if they would have made it like Quake, that would have been fine.
I suppose that's true. I mean, what was it? I think there's like a new Quake world that came out recently that was supposed to be decently fun. So I mean, I suppose if you just, I don't even know what it's called. It's the online Quake game. But everyone seems to be liking that. I mean, I suppose I should just make it like Quake.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the life system that they're bringing in?
It's making me wonder, like, how dependent you'll have to be on it. Because I'll probably play through this on UV my first time through.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a way to like shut it off, I would probably go for that. But if the game's going to be like, if the difficulty is going to be like fully like centered around that, like, gosh, it seems like they're rewarding failure a bit.
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
Yeah.
But one thing I'm a little concerned about, and this is a complaint I have in a lot of games, is that the way the life thing works is that it just lets you resurrect yourself, but you still have, like, less than full health. Well, I mean, like, usually when you die in Doom, it's because you get overflogged by too many demons. And if you just resurrect yourself with, like, only a little bit of health, and you spawn right in the middle of those demons, let's just hope that your quick dash is fully charged.
Yeah, it might do like some sort of energy burst or something that pushes them back, so you at least have a second or two to like move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that they're changing the way that like some of the chainsaw and like glory kills work, and that like certain demons will drop certain things with glory kills and stuff. So I assume what that means is that using the chainsaw on like a weaker enemy like the imp will be more rewarding to you with like ammo and health than using it to like insta kill a what's it called, a baron or something.
Yeah. Well, nope. How they're doing it is that they're kind of working off like 2016. So glory kill is health, chainsaw is ammo, and then the new flamethrower thing, like the shoulder one, that'll give armor.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
But I mean, it's still probably gonna like, you know, if it's a smaller enemy, you probably won't get as much.
Yeah.
Even though, like, for the chainsaw, the kill will cost, well, it'll cost you less to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Lots of interesting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, do you have anything else that you want to add or discuss?
Yep. I got one quick thing I want to bring up.
Oh boy.
Yep. Now for a new thing we're going to start doing if we keep our podcast running, we are going to read our favorite comments from the comments section. Now this is really easy this week since we have only 2. And yes, I said 2. You'll probably read that there's 3, but as you remember, one of those people does not count. Talking about you, Greg.
So here we go.
All right.
So this one here is from Dean Davis. It says, Terminator versus Rambo, Batman would win. Well, I've always felt that Terminator would be able to defeat Batman just because Terminator has greater strength, and he's from the future, and he's got pretty much a lot of guns. And then Rambo, I'm not so sure if Rambo could beat Batman, but I'm pretty sure that he would still give Batman a pretty good fight.
Okay, so our next one is from Ryan Brown. Who's this Greg and why does he hate chariots? Someone should bite his ear like that mean dog in that movie with Cuba Gooding Jr. Cuba Gooding Jr. I'm sorry,
I want to
Ryan.
know who named that man.
Yeah, I do too. I'm sorry, Ryan, but I have not seen this movie, so I don't know what you're referring to, but
I don't disagree with it.
Yeah. I mean, I disagree. I think he deserves worse. Like, look at his stupid ass comment. It's like, where is it? He like, this is the internet, Greg. You're not supposed to self-censor. Ampersand $@ at star U. I do count 0 out of 10. Chariots suck. No, they do not suck. Okay.
I think that concludes this week's show.
Yep. If you want your comment read, please leave one.
And if you want your question answered, leave one as well. We definitely will respond to it.
Except if it's yours, Greg.
Yeah, we won't respond to yours. Sorry.
All right. We will
hopefully see you next week.
Hopefully.
All right.
Bye.
Peace.